Hey Sagittarius, I just did a reading for you, and honestly, I need to take a moment because what came through is something I have not seen in such a long time. I shuffled the deck multiple times and the same energy kept showing up. This persistent wave of absolute opportunity that is heading your way. So let me share what the cards revealed because this is genuinely remarkable. I pulled the Knight of Cups as my very first card, and immediately I felt this romantic, idealistic energy, but it is not just about romance in the traditional sense. This card represents someone who is going to approach you with a genuine offer, someone who is not holding back or playing games. The Knight of Cups rides in with his cup held high, completely open and vulnerable, ready to present something valuable to you without any strings attached. What strikes me about this card in your reading is the purity of intention behind it. This is not someone trying to manipulate or control you. This is someone who sees your value and wants to offer you something meaningful because they genuinely believe you deserve it. The energy here is fluid and emotional, suggesting that whatever comes your way is going to touch your heart in unexpected ways. You might find yourself surprised by how sincere and straightforward this offer is, because in a world where everything seems transactional, this feels different. The Knight of Cups does not calculate or strategize. He simply acts from the heart. And that is exactly the kind of energy that is moving toward you right now. This person or opportunity is going to present itself with complete honesty, laying everything on the table without games or hidden agendas. I am seeing that this could manifest in various areas of your life. Maybe someone offering you a job opportunity that aligns perfectly with your passions, or perhaps a romantic interest who is ready to commit without hesitation, or even a creative collaboration where someone wants to invest in your vision completely. The key message here is that you will not have to chase this, convince anyone, or prove your worth. The Knight of Cups comes to you, which is such a refreshing change from the usual dynamic where you have to fight for what you want. The next card that showed up is the Four of Cups, and this is really interesting because at first glance, this card seems passive or even dismissive. The figure in the Four of Cups sits under a tree with 3 cups before him, seemingly uninterested, while a 4th cup is being offered from the universe itself. But here's what the cards are telling me about your situation right now. You have been in a contemplative state recently, perhaps feeling somewhat disconnected from opportunities around you, maybe even a bit skeptical about whether anything real and substantial is actually coming. The Four of Cups suggests that you have grown cautious, protective of your energy, and understandably so because you have probably been disappointed before or offered things that turned out to be less than what was promised. However, and this is crucial, the 4th cup being offered to you is the real deal. But you are so used to mediocre offers or empty promises that you might almost miss it. The universe is showing me that you need to pay attention when this opportunity arrives because your initial instinct might be to dismiss it or approach it with too much skepticism. The Four of Cups is asking you to be open, to recognize when something genuine is being presented, and to not let past disappointments cloud your judgment about what is actually coming. This card appearing right after the Knight of Cups tells me that the offer coming your way is going to require you to shift out of your contemplative, protected state and actually receive what is being given to you. Sometimes we become so accustomed to struggle that we do not know how to accept ease when it arrives. And that is exactly what this card is warning you about. The opportunity is real, the person making the offer is sincere, but you need to be present enough to recognize it and open enough to accept it. Then I pulled the Three of Cups, and the energy shifted into something so joyful and celebratory that I actually smiled. The Three of Cups is all about celebration, community, and shared happiness. This card is showing me that whatever comes your way is not just going to benefit you alone. It is going to create a ripple effect of positivity in your life and possibly in the lives of people around you. I am seeing friendships strengthening, social connections deepening, and a general sense of abundance in your emotional and social world. The Three of Cups often appears when there is something to celebrate. And in the context of this reading, it suggests that when this opportunity manifests, you are going to want to share the joy with others. This might mean celebrating a new job with friends, sharing good news about a relationship, or bringing people together through a creative project that finally gets the recognition it deserves. What I love about this card is that it represents genuine connection and authentic joy, not superficial or fleeting happiness. The 3 figures in the card are raising their cups together in a toast, symbolizing mutual support and shared abundance. This tells me that the luck coming your way is going to feel earned and real, something you can genuinely celebrate without guilt or concern that it will disappear. The Three of Cups also indicates that collaboration and community are going to play a role in what unfolds for you. You might find that the opportunity comes through your network, through friends introducing you to someone, or through a collaborative effort where everyone wins. There is a beautiful reciprocity in the energy of this card, suggesting that as you receive this blessing, you will naturally want to share it or pay it forward in some way. The Ten of Wands appeared next, and I have to be honest, when I first saw this card, I wondered why it showed up in such a positive reading. The Ten of Wands typically represents burden, responsibility, and being overloaded with obligations. But as I sat with the energy, I understood what the cards are communicating. You have been carrying so much on your shoulders, Sagittarius. You have been pushing forward despite exhaustion, managing responsibilities that should probably be shared, taking on more than your fair share because you are capable and people rely on you. The Ten of Wands shows someone bent over from the weight of what they are carrying, struggling to see the path ahead because the burden is so heavy. But here is what this card is actually telling you in this context. The opportunity that is coming, the offer that someone is going to make without hesitation, is going to help you put down some of these wands. This is not about taking on more. This is about relief, about support, about finally having someone step up and say, let me help you carry this, or even better, let me carry this for you. The Ten of Wands in this position suggests that you have proven yourself through your dedication and hard work. And now the universe is responding by sending you assistance. This could manifest as someone offering to take responsibilities off your plate, a financial opportunity that eases your stress, or a partnership where the workload is genuinely shared. What strikes me most about this card here is that it validates everything you have been doing. You have not been struggling in vain. You have not been overlooked. The Ten of Wands acknowledges that you have been in the trenches doing the work. And now it is time for that effort to be rewarded with tangible support and relief. Next came the Hierophant, and this card adds such an interesting layer to your reading. The Hierophant represents tradition, structure, wisdom, and often official recognition or blessing. In the context of someone offering you everything without hesitation, the Hierophant suggests that this opportunity has a legitimate, established quality to it. This is not some fly-by-night situation or unproven venture. What is being offered to you comes with credibility, structure, and possibly official recognition or documentation. I am seeing that this could involve contracts, formal agreements, or established institutions. Maybe you are being offered a position within a respected organization, or perhaps someone with authority and influence is going to advocate for you or open doors that have previously been closed. The Hierophant also represents education and mentorship, so this could involve someone who has wisdom and experience deciding to invest in you, teach you, or give you access to knowledge and resources that will significantly advance your path. What I find particularly powerful about the Hierophant in your reading is that it suggests this opportunity aligns with your deeper values and long-term goals. This is not just about immediate gain. This is about building something sustainable and meaningful. The Hierophant is asking you to consider the bigger picture and to recognize that what is being offered to you has the potential to create lasting positive change in your life. This card can also indicate that the person making the offer has genuine integrity and follows through on their commitments. When the Hierophant appears, there is a sense of honor and traditional values at play, suggesting that you can trust what is being presented to you because it comes from a place of genuine respect and established principles. Then the Page of Swords appeared, and the energy shifted to something more alert and curious. The Page of Swords represents new ideas, communication, vigilance, and the courage to speak your truth. In the context of your reading, this card is suggesting that as these opportunities unfold, you need to stay sharp and ask questions. The Page of Swords is young and sometimes inexperienced, but what they lack in experience, they make up for in curiosity and willingness to investigate. This card is telling you that while the offer coming your way is genuine, it is still important for you to do your due diligence, to understand the details, and to communicate clearly about your needs and expectations. The Page of Swords cuts through illusion and gets to the truth, and that is exactly what you should be doing as well. This does not mean approaching the opportunity with suspicion or distrust, but rather with intelligent awareness and clear communication. I am also seeing that this card might represent news or information coming your way that clarifies the situation even further. You might receive a message, a phone call, or some form of communication that provides important details about what is being offered. The Page of Swords encourages you to be direct in your communication, to ask for clarification when needed, and to trust your mental clarity as you evaluate what is unfolding. This card also suggests that you should not be afraid to advocate for yourself or negotiate terms that work for you. The Page of Swords is brave enough to speak up even when it feels uncomfortable. And that is the energy you need to channel as you move forward with this opportunity. The Magician showed up next, and honestly, this is when I realized just how powerful this reading is. The Magician is one of the most potent cards in the entire deck, representing manifestation, skill, resourcefulness, and the ability to create your reality through focused intention and action. The Magician stands before a table with all four suits represented, showing that he has every tool needed to manifest his desires. In your reading, the Magician suggests that you are entering a phase where everything aligns for you to create something extraordinary. But here is the deeper message. The Magician reminds you that while this incredible opportunity is coming to you, you still have the power and responsibility to shape what happens next. The person offering you everything without hesitation is providing the resources, the support, the opening. But you are the one who will take those raw materials and transform them into something magnificent. The Magician is showing me that you have been developing skills, gathering knowledge, and building capabilities that are now ready to be utilized at a much higher level. This opportunity is going to give you the platform or resources to fully express your talents and abilities. What I find particularly exciting about the Magician in this position is that it suggests you are going to surprise yourself with what you are capable of accomplishing once you have the right support and resources. You have been operating with limitations, working with whatever was available, but now you are about to have access to so much more. And the Magician is telling you that you are absolutely ready for this expansion. This card also carries the energy of conscious creation, meaning that you get to decide how this unfolds. You are not a passive recipient of luck. You are an active co-creator of your destiny. And the Magician is empowering you to step into that role with confidence. The Nine of Wands appeared, and this card really speaks to where you are right now, emotionally and mentally. The Nine of Wands shows someone who has been through battles, who is wounded but still standing, who looks cautiously at the horizon, ready to defend if necessary. This card acknowledges that you have been through challenges, that you have had to protect yourself and your dreams, and that you carry some battle scars from past experiences. The Nine of Wands represents resilience, persistence, and the warrior spirit that refuses to give up even when exhausted. In the context of your reading, this card is validating your journey and showing that your perseverance is exactly WHY. This incredible opportunity is coming to you now. You did not quit when things got hard. You did not abandon your goals when faced with obstacles. And now that strength and determination is being rewarded. However, the Nine of Wands also carries a gentle warning. Because you have been in defensive mode for so long, you might have difficulty letting your guard down when this opportunity arrives. You might be waiting for the other shoe to drop, expecting betrayal or disappointment because that is what past experiences have taught you to anticipate. The Nine of Wands is asking you to recognize that while vigilance served you well during difficult times, you are now entering a different phase where you can afford to lower your defenses slightly and actually receive the good that is coming. This card is about the transition from survival mode to thriving mode, and it acknowledges that this transition can actually feel uncomfortable because you have become so accustomed to struggling. The person offering you everything without hesitation is not your enemy. They are not trying to trick you or take advantage. And the Nine of Wands is gently encouraging you to recognize the difference between healthy discernment and defensive fear that blocks blessings. Strength came through next, and this card just filled me with such a sense of quiet power and grace. Strength is not about force or aggression. It is about inner fortitude, compassion, patience, and the ability to influence through gentleness rather than domination. The image of the woman calmly closing the lion's mouth represents mastering one's own passions and fears, having the courage to face challenges without violence or harshness. In your reading, strength is telling me that the way you have handled yourself during difficult times, the grace you have maintained even when you wanted to lash out or give up, has been noticed and is now being rewarded. Strength suggests that the person making this offer to you has observed your character, your integrity, and your ability to remain true to yourself even under pressure. This card is also telling me that as this opportunity unfolds, you will continue to need the qualities of strength. Not because there will be huge obstacles, but because significant change always requires us to manage our fears, our doubts, and our tendency to self-sabotage. Strength is encouraging you to approach what is coming with confidence, but also with humility. To be powerful, but not arrogant. To accept what is being offered, but also maintain your sense of self. I am also seeing that this card represents the strength it takes to actually receive, to be vulnerable enough to accept help, to admit that you do not have to do everything alone. There is tremendous courage required to let someone support you, especially if you have been independent and self-reliant for a long time. Strength is showing me that you have the inner resources to navigate this transition gracefully, to accept abundance without losing yourself, and to step into a bigger life without becoming someone you are not. The final card I pulled is the Devil, and initially this might seem concerning in such a positive reading. But let me explain what I am seeing here. The Devil represents attachments, limitations, materialism, and sometimes the shadow aspects of opportunity. In the context of someone offering you everything without hesitation, the Devil is providing a note of awareness about what you need to be conscious of as this unfolds. First, the Devil can indicate that the opportunity coming to you might involve material abundance or physical world success. And while this is wonderful, the card is reminding you not to become overly attached to these external markers of success. The Devil warns against allowing your identity to become too wrapped up in what you have rather than who you are. Second, this card might be pointing to the fact that the person making the offer could have their own attachments or motivations that you should be aware of. This does not necessarily mean bad intentions, but rather human complexity. Perhaps this person is offering you everything because they genuinely care about you, but also because they need something themselves, whether that is companionship, partnership, or someone to help fulfill their vision. The Devil is asking you to go into this situation with eyes wide open, understanding the full picture rather than seeing only what you want to see. Third, the Devil can represent the temptation to accept something that looks good on the surface but might come with hidden costs or expectations. This is where that discernment I mentioned earlier becomes really important. The opportunity is real and the offer is genuine, but you need to make sure you understand what is being asked of you in return and whether those expectations align with your values and goals. The Devil is not telling you to reject what is coming. It is simply asking you to be fully conscious and intentional about what you choose to accept and under what terms. Sometimes the greatest prison is a golden cage, and the Devil wants to ensure that whatever you say yes to actually expands your freedom, rather than limiting it in ways you did not anticipate. So Sagittarius, when I look at these 10 cards together, here is what I am seeing for you. An incredibly sincere opportunity is heading your way. One that is being offered to you with genuine openness and without games or hidden agendas. This comes at a time when you have been carrying heavy responsibilities and could really use support and relief. The person or situation presenting itself has legitimacy and structure behind it, and it aligns with building something meaningful and lasting in your life. As this unfolds, you need to stay alert and communicate clearly, asking questions and making sure you understand all the details. You have all the skills and resources needed to make the most of this opportunity, and your resilience and strength of character have directly led to this moment of potential breakthrough. However, you also need to be aware of not letting past hurts make you too defensive to receive what is genuinely good, while simultaneously maintaining enough awareness to ensure that what you accept truly serves your highest good and does not come with attachments or expectations that compromise your freedom or values. The energy around. This is really about you stepping into a new level of abundance and support, but doing so consciously and intentionally. This is your moment, Sagittarius, and it is arriving because you have earned it through your perseverance, your integrity, and your refusal to give up on yourself and your dreams. Someone sees your value clearly and is ready to offer you support, resources, or opportunities without making you jump through hoops or prove yourself endlessly. But as you receive this, remember to stay true to who you are. Maintain your discernment and ensure that what you accept actually aligns with the life you want to create for yourself. The cards are really clear that this is real. This is happening. And the luck you are receiving right now is the kind that can genuinely change your trajectory if you approach it with both openness and wisdom. Trust yourself to know the difference between a true blessing and a beautiful trap, and move forward with the confidence that you absolutely deserve every good thing that is coming your way.